So the thing to keep in mind, though, is that the Secure Act doesn't say that the employer has to offer the Roth 401k.
So I thought they had to offer it, but you don't have to do it.
Nope.
So you don't even have to. Doesn't even have to be offered.
It's because it's going to take time for them to develop all this. So you may find that you go, oh, this is not an option. I'm mad. Well, give it time. But otherwise, it's not. Keep in mind, this was a law 2 years ago, right? So
2022.
That's like when the government says to us, "Oh, you get a tax break," and the IRS is like, "We need a minute to figure this out. Hold on, we got to code this stuff and figure it all out." So don't be upset by that, but you should definitely consider that option, post-tax money.
Well, and the idea that it's funny though of how all of this came to play, because there's always this like, all right, what's the government really trying to do here? Because there's always the gotcha.
Yep.
And in this scenario, basically what that is the government is actually trying to say, hey, let's capture more money now to fund things out there and take care of things. So that's allowing them to get the tax revenue. If they're giving you after-tax dollars as your employer contributions, sure, people have already done the employee contributions after tax.
Yep.
Now they're going to be able to do the employer. Now, what's really cool is, have you seen their the SEP and Simple IRAs? I have not seen those yet. And I've seen nobody that has them yet, so I'm sure that custodians are working on this.
Oh, yeah.
But those are coming too, where you're going to be able to use a simple IRA and a SEP and do that. And
kind of looking forward to that one, because the SEP will have more. We don't have that at the moment, right? There was no Roth SEP.
Yep.
Roth Simple and stuff. The Roth 401k, it's like, all right, I kind of get that, but isn't it interesting how this worked? Where okay, everybody kind of made more because inflation took over. And now, hey, there's a Roth option. You're making more. Go ahead, put that money in the Roth option. We'll get our tax money now because our government has just, a little bit of debt that they need to work on.
Yeah, just a little.
So it's like, oh, man, crazy how that all timed out there. If you want to be a conspiracy guy, but it's like, we raised minimum wage. We raised all this stuff. And now go ahead, put it in post-tax. Keep in mind that if you do put the money in the Roth 401k, it's technically taxable, right? You have paid tax on that money. It's a bottom line contribution.
Yeah.
So that's just something you have to be okay with.
Well, when you've got to figure out what's going to happen, because this is going to be a nightmare. I'm just waiting on it to play out. I can't wait to sit back and watch, because a lot of people change jobs or on a regular basis. A buddy of mine's in IT, and IT seems to be like the prominent one where everybody jumps because you get a higher pay.
Yep.
Well, you never stay long enough oftentimes to get actually vested with a 401k plan.
Yep.
Well, if they're giving you the money after tax, but your vesting period is 5 years, are you on the hook for this money that you paid taxes on that you received that you actually didn't receive because you never vested and got the money?
Oh, yeah. Would you get a refund back on that?
How confusing is this going to be?
Let's say you're in tech. You make thousands of dollars of Roth contributions. You paid the tax on it. And then you're not fully 50% vested, let's say.
Yeah.
And you go move to the public school system or something, so there's no option or need to do anything there. Wait a minute. Let's go back and say, I paid tax on 50% of that money. I only got to keep 50% of it. I think the IRS will have their hands full there.
Yep. Well, I encountered a fraudulent Japanese warrior. He was a samurai.
Yeah. Wow. Listen, never, ever, no matter how many times these people make fun of you, never, ever be ashamed of who you are as a person. That's your parents' job.
I thought my parents were always the one telling me they were proud of me.